General David Petraeus on his first day of teaching class at the University of New York. Watch. Well, the one guy almost got creamed by the bus who just wasn't paying much attention. General Petraeus, as a four-star general, is probably not used to that kind of treatment from a bunch of college kids. And, you know, this is a guy who spent his life dodging bullets and bombs. And I found it incredible. I want to see what your grade is for David Petraeus. Excuse me, for the students. I'm sorry, we're going to grade the students.
Yeah.
Good thing, because I was going to say, gee, Petraeus did fine. All right, Matt, let me start with you. You give the students a C-.
Well, I happen to teach community organizing for a living at FreedomWorks, and the first rule is to show up. And so they get a C for C- for showing up at class. But the point of protesting is to bring people to your side. And they were so rude and they were so obnoxious, I think they made the case for General Petraeus. And if they really want to go after war criminals, why not go after the guy that hired him twice, promoted him twice? He lives on Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C.
Interesting point. All right, Jesse Jane.
You know, having been a Marine, I found it very offensive, of course. And the general ate sand for years in making a plan for this country and devoted his life to service. However, what they were doing was exactly what we defend, freedom of speech, and I had to understand that. So I was very torn with this, but watching the tape, there was such an outrageous display that made them lose their message, one. Two, they almost looked like they were on the verge of assault. So they ended up looking like a bunch of jerks. So they kind of missed their opportunity to be successful with their mission.
All right, Ellie.
Really low grade. I mean, look, the point of college is to figure out how to take your debates and make them intellectual and strong. It's not to sit there and yell boo like you're in Yankee Stadium, right? And that's kind of what happened. So it's a low grade for their lack of kind of intellectual. Make it, but just screaming at people isn't really the way to do this. But I'm an easy grader. I'm not going to fail them. These are kids, and kids are going to do kid stuff.
Well, and what they did was certainly kid stuff. I want to say thanks to all of you for your grades. And I also want to just, to these kids, to these hecklers, if you're going to scream at a four-star general, his first name is General. It's not David. He earned those stars, and for the rest of his life, whether you like him or not, you have an obligation to respect him. I don't agree with much that President Obama has put forth in terms of policy, but I will always call him Mr. President. He earned that particular distinction, and he will be Mr. President till the day he dies. Now, I can criticize him, which is my American right, but I will respect him. And for a four-star general, I would say to you kids, respect him. He earned you the freedom that you showed contempt for the day you screamed at him.